Okay, so hi all. This is going to be our day 12 of Google Cloud Fundamentals training. The topic that we are going to cover today is, first of all, the network connectivity options, which was a continuation from the previous session where we could not finish it in the last session. So now we are going to talk about that, and then we'll be followed by a lab, which will cover about creating a custom VPC network, and we'll be creating another virtual machine and assigning the subnetworks that will be part of this custom VPC. We'll also go through maybe creation of a firewall rule to allow access to these VMs for accessing the VM itself, right, from the user point of view. So yeah, that will be what we are going to talk about today. So let's proceed. Okay. So today, as we want to discuss about this network connectivity options, let's see what are the different ways of connectivity, right? Let me bring another screen to make it more visible. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, we have four options on the four corners of this uh, graphics. Okay, so here I can see like we have four connectivity options, four ways of connecting to the Google Cloud resources, Google Cloud Console, and they are Cloud Interconnect, peering with the Google Cloud. Then we have the Cloud VPN, and there are actually two separation of this peering and the interconnect. So with interconnect, you can have a direct interconnect, or it can be through the service provider or the third party provider who is allowing you to connect with the services. Okay. The peering is again, they have two types of peering. It is like again with the direct peering, or you will have a peering with help of the service provider or the third party internet providers. Okay. And the cloud VPN is a standalone kind of scenario where you are going through the public internet, but whenever you communicate, that is through some sort of a encryption in place. Okay. As it is using the public IP, we want to encrypt all of that communication. So let's look at individual topics one by one. Let me first start with the cloud VPN. Okay. So now if you see from the cloud VPN aspect, uh, most of you have probably have you connected to your using the cloud VPN to your organization setup. Okay, whenever you are trying to connect it from your home network, or whenever you are actually connected or went to your office, there will be a cloud VPN enabled before you can access any of their resources, right? Which makes it all the time secure. So here, if you see how the connection is established with the help of cloud VPN. So on the left hand side, we have this Google Cloud resources, okay, or Google Cloud environment. And on the right hand side, we have the on-premises network or our own local operating system. So here, there are multiple parts of it, you see. So let me first explain it from the Google Cloud environment, where we had understood some part of it already. So we had talked about the VPC network, okay, the network, the global network that we create. Within that network, we saw a subnetwork is created inside a region. Okay. Now I got the subnetwork created. I have created us within that region, and there are going to be a list of virtual machines, the compute engine. Okay. They want to be, we want to have it accessed from our on-premises setup or on-premises connected devices. Okay. So this much part you must have the clarity by now. So VPC network region, within that subnetwork, and within that I have a compute engine created. Okay. Now this compute engine will be accessible with the help of this connectivity option, which is cloud VPN. I need to configure the cloud VPN on the Google Cloud platform, okay, to enable the access. Okay. Then whenever I try to communicate with these instances anytime, I should also have a routing table which will list out, okay, these are the IP addresses from the destination, this is from the source, okay, what are the URLs linked to it. So all of those details will be there residing in the cloud router, which will help me decide, okay, from which route I should let it communicate. Okay, so this cloud router and cloud VPN go hand in hand. They should be part of it like together. And from cloud VPN, we are going to create a tunnel between the on-premises and the Google Cloud network. These tunnels, if we are whenever we are creating, it is going to be in like two tunnels we are creating at a time. One for the forward and one for the reverse communication, like back and forth communication we want to establish. Okay, so here I have created this cloud VPN. Then there will be a IPsec, that is IP protocol security tunnel, okay, which is an encrypted channel. Okay. These channels, in case of Google Cloud, they are having a max to max transfer rate of 1.5 minimum to 3 Gbps. They cannot be beyond that. Okay. So this is the kind of communication channel we are creating here. And now similar setup, whatever we have here with the cloud router and cloud VPN, the similar kind of routers and the VPN gateway has to be created on the on-premises also. Okay, the way that you are creating it here, similar way here also. This is my on-premises, maybe a physical device where I'm actually creating this VPN gateways and a router. This router is now defining how any of this requests which is coming from the Google Cloud environment, okay, that is going to be routed to a particular compute engine, or here in this scenario it can be even my office computer. Okay, so rack 1 will have the uh, it is going to host my compute engine, or not the compute engine in this scenario, like a virtual machine or maybe my physical operating system, right? That is how it is connected. Same thing here also, we'll have the subnet, what you see in this Google Cloud platform. So we'll have the subnet here as well, and subnet 1 and subnet 2, in that I have the operating system. Okay, and with the help of cloud VPN gateway and the on-premises router, they are communicating. Okay, this is similar setup. Only thing difference what you're seeing, we have a IPsec tunnel here, which is helping me communicate through these pathways, because whenever I'm establishing this connection, they are going through a public internet, like it is going through a service provider, which is helping me establish the internet connectivity. Okay, and that's how the cloud VPN is created. Now the use cases are mostly that whenever we are very much initial stage of our work, like we are testing out some of the new use cases, we have some POCs to be done. Okay, so in that scenario, we are first of all establishing the connection into cloud VPN. Also, if we have very less amount of workloads to be uploaded, downloaded, or communicated, okay, so if that is the scenario, I can actually serve all of these requests through the cloud VPN connectivity. There is no direct linking involved, like I'm not directly connected with the Google Cloud's on-premises network, Google Cloud's network. I'm actually going through some public internet provider and then utilizing it. But just to make sure that it is not being spoofed by someone, it is not being hacked by someone, I'm going to use this VPN gateways. I mean, the IPsec tunnels what we are creating, okay, to make it more secure. Whenever there is going to be any sort of information exchanged between these two pieces, it will be encrypted and then only it is being transmitted. Okay, that is about the cloud VPN. Now, the next step or the next set of connectivity is cloud interconnect. So when we say interconnect here, that is actually a direct wiring, like direct kind of physical connectivity from the Google Cloud's data center or Google Cloud project, Google Cloud network to your on-premises. Okay, so there is actually a physical connection between it. You are not going to use any of the public internet in direct interconnect. Okay, so here if you see, I have this setup where I am going to use. So now just visualize this part. You got your network in Google Cloud project. Okay, Again, you will have the same cloud engine, then cloud router. Obviously, cloud router is required all the time because that will help me understand what are the IP addresses from which I'm trying to request any of these resources, where it is going to communicate. Okay, so all of that routing is being done with the help of cloud router. So it works again. If you see here, cloud router in the details, it is saying it works over a cloud VPN or interconnect, which provides a dynamic routing of this any sort of communication. So suppose you are trying to access one compute engine instance, and now it is down. Okay, so it will try to identify which is available and serve the request using that. So even here you can say some sort of the load balancing should also be enabled. Cloud load balancing should also be enabled in this scenario. So cloud router is nothing but it is dynamically helping me to route my request, okay, using this with the help of this service. Now, so cloud router is fine. In this scenario, I'm not looking at the cloud VPN, but direct connection to the Google Cloud Network. So the next piece of work, if you see here, I am going to have the Google peering edge, or the from where I'm going to establish the connection from Google Cloud to the on-premises routers. Okay. So here actually there is a proper like we need to sign some documentation request for this service, which takes a lot of time. Okay, because Google needs to find out uh, what was the requested thing. It is much of a costly product. Okay, this is required for the bigger enterprises, and and also if you see the kind of transfer rate or the speed at which you are able to transmit the data, that is also way beyond a normal setup. So in this scenario, with the help of this interconnect, you have a minimum of around 10 Gbps of data transfer rate. 10 Gbps is a big, I mean, big transfer rate. If you can see, there can be different channels. So like you saw in case of Cloud VPN, we had a IPsec tunnel of 1.5 to 3 Gbps. Similar to in this case, Cloud Interconnect, we will have a 10 Gbps a minimum, one kind of dedicated pipeline in this scenario, or we can also have a 100 Gbps of dedicated pipeline. So depending on our use case, if you want to just have a 20 Gbps of line all the time, then I can have two 10 Gbps dedicated pipelines installed. Or if I have beyond that, like I want to have much faster transfer rate, uh, depends on the use case, right? So there I can actually just have 100 Gbps of pipe. That should be good enough for all of my workloads. And back again, I will have this on-premises subnet, and the user is actually trying to access the environment using their own operating system. So that concept will remain same again. Only thing that is changing here is the way that we are establishing the connectivity. So here we have the co-location facility, like where we have the Google Cloud's point of presence within maybe a region, or a separate point of presence from where it is making an exit to the actual internet. So from there we will have a real wiring or real fiber optics wires uh, connectivity created from Google's presence of network to the on-premises. So there is actually a physical connection between these two. Okay, from here to here. So that is for the Google Cloud Direct Interconnect. Okay? There is a direct connectivity from Google Cloud on networks to the on-premises network. Then there is one more concept. If suppose we don't have the presence of Google Cloud networks to our closest environment, okay, or it is going to be a little far away. So the other way around it is that we can request it to serve it through a partner interconnect, which is like it is not going to have a direct physical uh, uh, wiring or setup of the connectivity from the Google's co-location facility or the Google's point of presence to the on-premises, but it will go through another third-party internet provider, the service provider. Like in case of our scenario, we can say like it can be coming from maybe Airtel, Jio, or some other network. So now, if we are going with that setup, there is going to be another third party also in between who is going to be involved. So now Google network is going to be having a connectivity. This is like their own already established setup. They must have a setup already done with these partners. Okay, their own defined partners. So from that partner, again, now whenever I want to connect to the on-premises, it is uh, not direct, but it is coming via this third-party internet provider, the internet provider, right? So from there, the connection is established to our on-premises. So in case of partner interconnect, we will have like not that 100 Gbps of transfer rate, but it is going to be a max about the 50 Gbps. That is what we see. Okay, so that is about the partner interconnect. So here, if you see one more important concept here, we are not going anytime here through the public internet. Okay, all the time this is going to be within their own internal networks. This is going to be our Google's internal network. This is the internal network of the on-premises, right? So as these are both are the internal networks, there can be a chance of overlapping these networks, right? We need to avoid whenever we create this Google Cloud's network. We need to ensure that it is not overlapping with Google's own our own on-premises networks. Okay, so that has to be a criteria to be looked into whenever we are going to go with this approach. Okay. There are some enhancement done recently, like now probably we can actually not overlap, but we can use the same set of IP ranges and later we can migrate it smoothly to the Google Cloud. So why? So on high level, if you see why are we having these setups? This is very much required as the initial step when you start any migration project, right? We need to have a connectivity established once you start any of this migration. Okay. Okay. The last one is about the peering. So there are going to be peering established between the on-premises and Google Cloud. So these are not much talked, but yeah, at times it is being used. Okay, so it is like a pairing the connectivity from on-premises to the Google Cloud network. Again, you will have this concept cloud router on both the side. Okay, and they establish a connection between this on-premises to the Google Cloud. Okay, so here pairing also direct pairing and the partner pairing will be there. Okay, and it helps in again low latency of it and connecting to the Google workspace and all. For that it is used. So not much to be discussed there. Now, to have a central view of all of these connectivity options, we will have in Google Cloud environment, you will see there is a network connectivity center. Okay, from where you can visualize what sort of connectivity we have, what are services being used, from which project we are connecting to, right? So that will be listed down with the help of network connectivity center. And it's like again, in case of security, you have a security command center. Similar to that, for networking, we have the network connectivity center. Okay, from where you can visualize what all sort of communications we are doing from on premises or third party or from whatever places we are doing it, right? So this will talk about again for the cloud VPN, dedicated interconnect, what all appliance we have used, partner interconnect, right? So all of that will be covered as part of the network connectivity center. Fine. So this is all about the network connectivity center. Now we can move on to the lab. If there is any question about around any of these components, please let me know.
Which is more feasible in the company scenario if any sort of things are coming in the terms of migrating the data, which one we are following?
Okay, as I said, okay. So as I said, this is depending on like if at what stage you are. If you are still experimenting with your migration step, like if you want to perform some sort of POC first to see
Yes.
the feasibility of any of these migrations, you will start
Okay.
with the cloud VPN with the low latency, lesser charges, less time to experiment with, right? So that is the
Okay.
easiest way to start with. And then later, based on your amount of data that you want to migrate, the kind of communication you want to have, right? So later you can go with the cloud interconnect. At times we use the cloud peering if there is no presence of this Google Cloud networks in the nearby region like that. Okay, so there is another approach for the cloud peering, but mostly it is going to be cloud VPN and cloud interconnect.
So in general, in the starting, we can for the less charges we can use cloud VPN. If not, then we will connect with the cloud interconnect. Correct?
Right. Right.
Okay. If all two are not available, then we can start with cloud peering, and that will be the more chargeable. Correct?
No.
Okay.
Cloud peering is less costlier than cloud interconnect.
Okay. So in the pricing cost, which one will be the more feasible?
Cloud VPN.
Cloud VPN.
Yes.
Cloud VPN. Okay. Cloud VPN, then cloud, then peering with Google, then cloud interconnect. Okay.
Yes.
Like that. Okay, this is- and all three are the summarize of this one network connectivity center. Correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move next then for the lab. Okay. So for today's lab, let's see what all things we want to cover. We'll be creating a custom VPC network. Okay. And once the network is created, it will be in custom mode, right? So we'll first delete this default network and create our own custom network. Then we'll create a virtual machine using this custom network. Okay. We'll also update the firewall rules so that we can establish the connectivity, because we are not going to create a public IP for this virtual machine, right? And then we'll destroy all of this to conclude the session. Yeah. Okay. So let's begin with that. I would request someone to share the screen and then we can go from there. Go ahead. Raju, you are saying?
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So first we'll go to the VPC creation, correct?
Right. So others are also able to follow so far. Naresh and Vishal.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have to do exactly what
Your voice is a bit low.
we have to do. Steps as follow. As
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we start, Jitendra? Hello.
Yeah. Can you go to VPC network?
Okay. Okay, I'm in the VPC network. Default
Now,
is already there.
default is already there. Let's delete that.
Yes. Delete.
Yes.
Delete VPC network.
Yes.
Okay. So by default we cannot delete, as per my knowledge, correct? Or we can delete that one also.
What is that by default we cannot delete?
It means by default, whatever given by the Google Cloud, we are not deleting that one. We leave as it is.
So we are
That is
deleting
not
the same
also
only, right?
chargeable.
We are deleting this default network only, right? Whenever you created a project, it was created
Yes.
for you, right?
Yes.
So it is just about the permissions that you have. Okay. As long as you have the right set of permission, you should be able to perform this task. Otherwise, in the organizational setup, you cannot touch any of this, even you cannot have view of this networks.
Trying to delete.
So just for records,
Mhm.
I received email from Google
Mhm.
and it says bill for the use of Google Cloud and uh, API is 0. So it's no.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is for this month.
Yes.
Yeah. For the previous month, you must it must have generated an invoice for you. Yeah.
1 minute, Jitendra.
Mhm. So Vishal, you have deleted the network?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't see this keep your firewall rules strict and efficient. That message is not there. Go to Network Intelligence Center. That is also not there. Directly this SMTP port 25 is allowed in this project. That I can see.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean, those are some kind of reminders and all. Like you must have already clicked on remind me later, so it is not so maybe.
Okay.
Yes, Jitendra, we can start now. Can we create now VPC network?
Yes. Before that, I wanted
That
to
is
check.
deleted also old one.
Yeah, I wanted to check if Naresh is able to work through it or he's only in listening mode for now. Maybe you can respond over chat.
So
Okay, fine, Raju. So continue. Click on create network or the VPC network.
okay. Now we need to give the VPC network name.
Yeah,
Okay.
name it
So
like custom VPC.
custom VPC. Okay. So demo project demo. Okay. Project.
Maybe you can say demo network or anything. Okay.
Okay, demo network. Okay. Demo network.
You can use always this hyphen and all to make it more readable.
Custom VPC.
Yeah. Okay. Now here you see we are not enabling any of this for IP range, so do not touch
VP6
that.
is not required also, I think.
Then it has already selected this subnet creation mode as custom, right? Don't have to touch that.
Okay.
Next, go and give the
We
name
need to
of the
select
new you
new
need to give a subnetwork name.
Okay.
Subnet 1 you can say.
So demo subnet. Okay,
subnet 1. Okay. Yeah. Then give it a region where you want to create the subnetwork.
So
you can take Asia South 1 you can select in this scenario.
Okay, Asia South 1. Okay.
Yeah. You can come down.
Okay.
Then you can have a IP range. Let's go with something like 10.1.1.0/24. Okay, this is a random one. I mean, we are not being very particular here.
Yes.
Fine. Then let's create one more subnet.
Create secondary?
No, that is not secondary, but it's another subnet. So see if down you are seeing any option to add one more. Yes,
add subnet is there.
Right. You can have subnet 2. Okay. Here you can select region as Asia South 2 maybe. Okay. The range can be 10.1.2.0/24.
This one?
Yes.
That is fine?
Yeah, that should be fine as long as it is not getting overlapped.
Yes, it is not overlapping. It is just .2, .0, so it will not overlap.
Okay, let's see. See, whenever we are using that 0, right? So you
Yes.
can actually modify it when we are using 24. That is like till 256 IP address, like
6 IP will come.
255. No, 255. Okay, now in that 255 IP ranges, you have like 254 available. One may be consumed, right? So that should be serving.
Yes.
Let's see if that works. Okay. Okay, go ahead and let's click on done for both.
One by one need to do.
Yeah, no, you click on done on that also. So yeah, here only, down only, it was there. Okay.
So 2 subnet
Now,
has been created.
yeah, no, it's not yet created. You need to create it.
Yes. No, I need to check the firewall rules now.
It will be these are the default firewall rules that gets created. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to touch that, but you can just view it. What all firewall rules it is creating.
Okay.
Now there are around 5 ingress firewall rules. Ingress like incoming communication.
Okay.
Okay. And that if you see, there are defined IP ranges. So this is kind of communication from the internal part of it. Like we want to have these internal communication from these IP ranges. The very first firewall rule, where it says it is creating incoming connection from 10.1.1.0 / 24, and also from this 10.1.2.0/24. From both the direction, it is allowing me to communicate. Okay, I can definitely go ahead and delete later on, but for now, it is allowing that communication. Then it is also letting me ICMPs for like when you ping any server. Did you try that ping
Yes.
then URL? So that ping is for the ICMP. Okay?
Yes.
Then you also have the other one, which is RDP, right?
Yes.
RDP is for what?
389.
Sorry?
For login the server. RDP for the
Logging the server,
connection.
the work,
Yes.
remote desktop, correct?
Yes, remote desktop. Yes.
Okay. Then you have SSH as well.
Yes. Secure cell.
Yes. And there is a deny policy created as well.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the default. It gets created whenever you create any of the networks. You can actually go ahead and even delete it also whenever required. But for now, that is fine. Then you have egress as well. So egress is like from within the environment, from Google Cloud environment to the outside world. Okay. So that communication, all the time, the filters, when you are seeing the other filters apart from the first firewall rule, if you see, it has 0.0.0/0. That means it is like allowing it from any sort of networks. Okay. Which is really not good thing.
Yes.
Okay. So what we are going to do, we will be deleting these rules.
Okay.
So one thing we can do, click on RDP, then you can click on SSH. Select that. Tick it. Yes. Yeah, take that RDP as well. Done. Okay.
RDP and SSH is done.
Yeah. Okay. And then you can also, okay, I think the others are fine. Okay. So now you can delete these two. Maybe first let's create the overall network and then we'll delete. Okay. So come down and let's first create the network. The routing mode, if you see, the cloud router that we were talking about, right? So the routing will be created as soon as you create the network. So by default, it gets created to ensure the communications happening with the set of wherever we want to communicate. So here we are going with the regional one, which is again cost effective and all, right? So that's fine.
Okay.
Then you need to enable the DNS API to pick the DNS policy, which is like for now, let it be. We'll see. Come down. Okay. And let's create it. You can also see.
So what about this one? It is not deleted, this one, Jitendra.
So we will delete that later on also. That's fine. Let's first create this network.
Okay. Anything to be changed here? Maximum transition unit?
No. Yeah, let's wait for maybe a minute or two.
Okay. It's done, I think.
You can see the notification that is running there, right? On the right hand side top.
SMTP port 25. right hand side top.
Yeah, that is like it is still creating. As soon as it completes, it will be green.
Created. Two subnet and two is there.
Mhm.
Firewall rules are two.
Open this custom network now. Come down. Can you check the firewalls? What is created there?
First, we need to enable the API.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, click on the firewalls.
Yes.
Hi, Siddhant.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So we are actually covering this lab on the networking side. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Great.
So yeah, Raju. So in the firewall rules, what all things you are seeing? Just one. Maybe
Only
you
one
can
is
click.
there.
Maybe you can click on. Yeah, there
Okay,
are multiple.
downside. Yes, it is coming to which we have selected. That one only it is showing here.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
that's
that way
fine.
it will working.
Right, right. So better that you delete this. We don't need it.
Okay.
So when do we need ingress and egress?
Mhm.
When do we need ingress and egress?
So it will delete that VPC network firewall deletion is no option is there. Let me check here. Right side it is there.
No, you delete. Go to firewall rules maybe. You can go on the left hand side. There is firewalls, or you can just open these firewalls.
Okay.
Yeah. So Siddhant, for
Yes,
you,
it
like
is there. Can I delete?
yeah, go ahead and delete it. Because if these rules are already there, we cannot set up our communication from. Okay, so we'll be
Okay.
keeping it limited. Okay, so Siddhant, your question about when we need the ingress and egress, right? So ingress is when we want to communicate or request any resources from our own setup, our own system to the Google Cloud environment. Okay, so it is like going and trying to access the resources to the Google Cloud environment. Egress is when something is being downloaded, when we want to access the internet from the Google Cloud environment. That is a egress, like we are exiting from the Google Cloud network. Okay, so those are two parts of it. Okay, so that's fine, Raju. So far we have created our network. We don't have any network firewall rules created, right? But we have the
Yes.
network created. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's go ahead and go to compute engine. You have the custom VPC. So now you can go to compute engine. And create a VM now.
Location would be same, correct?
See, now if you see, when you are trying to create your VM, come down or just simply try to click on create. Just click on create.
Nothing to be added, simply click.
Yes.
So without clicking anything, I got a error.
Right. That is what I'm about to show you. So can you click on create, Rajiv?
No, same thing.
Okay. Can you click on go to issues?
Network
Okay.
tags is required.
No. Click on advanced options. Come down. Okay. See what is the error?
Make sure all fields are correct to continue.
Expand that. Come down. Okay. What is the
Subnetwork is mandatory.
why?
So we are choosing the custom VPC, that's why.
But in custom VPC we have two networks, right?
Yes,
Subnetworks.
yes.
Why are we not able to select that? What can be the error?
So we have not attached that VM which we are creating with any VPC.
No, it has already selected the VPC, no? Custom VPC.
Yes.
But it is not able to select the subnetwork.
Okay,
Why?
so reason is we have not changed the location where it should be reason, because we have created the VPC in the south, Asia South one.
Is it?
Yes, let me try. But as per my knowledge, this could be the one reason.
Hmm. Where did you created your this VPCs? I mean this
Asia
subnetwork.
South one.
Okay, fine. Did that resolve?
Let it see. Let me see.
Hmm.
Now it is resolved.
Oh wow, great. Do you have any more options to select? Like in that subnet, go to subnet.
Subnet is by default selected.
No, wait, no, just click on it. Let's see what is there.
So we
We
have
had
choose 10.
yeah, we had two subnets created, right? Why it is
Yes,
displaying only one?
because we have selected the zone of region of South one, but South one and South two regions was there.
Acha, okay. So can you check what is there for how to select the subnet 2?
Okay, let me change here, then it will come.
Mhm.
Asia South 2. Now it came.
That came right.
Subnet 2.
Okay.
Yes.
What did we learn here?
We learn like that. So VPC wherever we are created, if you want to use that VPC, instance should be created in the same VPC zone or region. On that basis, we can use that VPC to create the instances.
VPC has a subnet or the network has a subnetwork.
Yes.
Region and zones are a infrastructure side of it. The actual regions of those regions and zones. Networks are created within those components. So
Yes.
network is global. VPC, the subnet is created within a region.
Okay.
So you had to select the right region so that the subnets are available for you to be utilized. Because whenever you create this compute engine instance now, it will be created within that region's a particular zone. So on the top, if you go back, so here you did not have to select the zone, it selected for you automatically if you can go to the top, right?
Yes.
But you do have a choice. If you want to customize it, you can click on the zones and you can select which zone I want to deploy or I want to create this particular computing an instance, right?
Yes.
Okay, now click on create. Before that, let's also have this a tag created for it, or maybe let's make a note of the service account. Can you check what is the service account here that this compute engine will have? Come down. Up slowly. Come down. Yes. Scroll down. Yes. Wait.
This is service account.
Yeah. So do you have the service account name? That is going to be name of the service account, which you can
Yes.
get after the instance is created. So for now, just create this instance and then we will go and grab the service account later on.
Okay.
Click create. Also, can you close this that on the side there was a tab for download or something? Done?
Done.
Okay. Now open this instance and click on this instance name. Yeah. Okay. Can you grab this service account name? Come down, it will be there. Yes, copy that. Yeah, keep it safe. We'll use it later.
Okay.
Okay. Now try to access this particular. Okay. So one thing that we have not done, if you remember, we have enabled the public IP and we did not change that, right? So you need to edit this VM first. Can you see the public IP is enabled here?
External IP is there.
Yeah, right. We don't want
Yes.
that.
Okay.
So
Can I
open the edit. No, not here. You can edit.
instances?
Yeah, on the top you have this edit option. Yeah. Come down, go to networking and disable this yeah, click on the network. Click on the custom VPC that where you see. Yeah, click come down. Yes. Okay. Now for the internal, no, internal is fine. You don't have to touch that. That's internal IP network, right? Come down. Yeah. So here you have the ephemeral IPv4 address, right? So that you need to disable.
None?
No. Yeah, none. Yeah, none is fine. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Click on done. Okay. Now click on save. So far everyone is with till this step.
Yes.
Okay. So Raju, can you click on the SSH now and then see if you are able to access this VM? You can see on the screen there is SSH. No, on just above
SSH.
log. Go up.
Okay.
Yeah, go up. You can
SSH.
see, right, click on that. You need to share your other screen, maybe the full screen.
Okay. Able to see?
Yes, I can see that. So what do you think? Will it connect?
I think so. No, because SSH firewall has been deleted.
Okay. So ideally we should not be able to communicate to this VM as of now, right?
Yes, correct. Unless we will not add that SSH firewall to allow.
Okay. So let
That's why it is taking time also.
Right.
Because it was only, I think, 5 to 10 seconds issue was there. It will be connected.
Okay. So it is ultimately going to fail, right?
Yes.
So let's do one thing. Let's add a firewall rule so that we can establish a connectivity to this node.
Yes. None tags there.
Where are you going to create the firewalls?
Here itself.
Where were you seeing the firewalls last time?
edit, then
No.
here is the firewall that is showing.
When you created the, I mean, where did you delete the firewall roles when you were creating the network?
In the firewalls,
Where?
in the network side, inside the network, we were firewall rule was there.
So this is compute engine. Where do you need to search now?
Okay, so I need to search in the network side.
VPC networks, right?
Yes.
When you go to VPC networks, not here. This is not VPC network. This is for compute engine. You need to click on those 3 lines, the hamburger sign, right?
Yes.
It will be there on the top, just below BigQuery. You can see firewall also.
Yes.
Right? Because this is a component of networks.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have
Delete
any
firewall.
firewall? Do we
By
have any
default,
firewall?
whatever. No.
We deleted everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's create a firewall rule. A firewall rule.
Yes, my mistake. Create firewall rule.
Okay. Allow SSH. Right.
SSH.
Fine.
No SSH.
Network. Under which network you want to create it?
BPC.
Okay,
Custom
that is the
BPC.
network.
Okay, so direct of track.
What should be the direction here?
Ingress.
Ingress. That is like we are communicating from external to internal Google Cloud resource. Fine.
That is correct now?
Yes, that is correct. Now what we want to do? Action on match, we want to allow, right?
Yes.
Then what should be our target tags? So here it is saying target tags. We did not create any tags this time, right?
No.
What did we have? You made a note of something, right? When
yes.
you created a compute engine. What was that?
Service account.
Service account. Can you check if there is an option for service account in the drop down?
No, there is no option. Yes, specified service account is there.
Is it part of the same project?
Let me paste then.
Yeah, that is the same.
Yes.
Can you check that? It is the same?
Let me check.
You can just say the number.
Same. Last 4 digit is same.
Come down.
Okay.
Now, from where you want it to be allowed?
Whatever the IP range we have given, we can give that one. That is fine.
Which IP range?
To create the custom VPC.
That is internal IP range.
Yes. So external, we cannot give 0.0.0, correct?
Ideally, we should not, but
yes.
For this demo purpose,
you
can
give.
do. Otherwise, also the other way around what I had suggested, to avoid any attacks by external user, you can just simply give only your own IP address. So in this scenario, let's go with searching or finding out what is the IP address of your own operating system from which you are running. Okay. Type what is my IP address. Okay. Okay.
This one is.
You can also see this. You can also see the IPv6 address as well for you, right?
Yes, laptop.
Okay, so you have made a note of IPv4 address, right?
Yes.
Can you paste it and as it is we need to provide only a range. We cannot go with just like one IP address. We need to provide a range. What should be the range here? Yeah. Cancel that 0. Cancel that.
Not working. Not working.
You need to refresh the page.
Can I reload?
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you can grab it again. No problem. If it is taking time, maybe you can open a new page. Okay. Or let it exit and then let it refresh completely.
Net is not working. Internet.
Okay.
Google itself is not working.
Okay, no problem. So, Vishal, if you are at this step, can you share your screen then?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Permission is not granted.
Yeah,
Share.
Raju, can you stop sharing?
Okay.
I don't know what is the concern with Raju because your voice is audible, things are working right. So I don't know why it was not refreshing.
Because Google its page itself is not opening.
Yeah, so I don't know why it is a challenge for you. So this is the IP range what Vishal you got, right? After checking it with the what is my IP address, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now there is something that you need to be aware. If you can first cross it because that is not the right way of putting the IP address here. Cross it. Okay. Now if you see, it says that you need to provide a range. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you had provided a range, okay, and it is a single IP address that you want to allow the access, so what should be the range for just one single IP address?
It should be
Forward
like
slash, how much?
forward slash
Just one IP.
for 20. This, like you said, 255 allowed, and so
No,
we
no,
will.
no, 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 not that. The range which I'm talking about. So while we were discussing about the CIDR range, so I said it starts at this particular value and then you keep on subtracting it from that range. So what is the least range? Remember /32?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I remember something like you said 255 values are there.
255 values are for if you had used this /24, correct? /24. That gives you. Okay, can you open the this particular link I will share so that you get it refreshed again and have right understanding from your own experiment. Give me a second. Yes, open this particular link, what I've shared in the chat.
IP address, CIDR range visualizer, yes. And here if I put.
What was your IP address? No, what was your IP address? Put it here.
I have to. Use that. What is my IP address? 89.053.166.
Okay, enter that in the CIDR range.
One second, my page is gone. Where is the page for CIDR range?
I think it's opened in the Mozilla or somewhere. Can you check it?
Okay. Yes, you're right. Okay.
So enter it here now.
Okay.
166. Okay. Now, so now you see how many. What should be the range first of all here? So if you enter 24 /24, that is like it is giving me how many counts?
256.
You don't want to allow everyone to, I mean, that kind of range to be accessing your VMs, right? You want it to be accessed only from your operating system, which has this one single IP address, right?
Okay.
So I just
Yes,
want to reduce the count to 1 only. What should be the value in the range now?
32.
J-
Yeah.
JP, understood?
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you relate it better now?
Yes, I think
So
as this
slash
goes up,
32 is like one IP address only. There is nothing else that you can change in this particular range. This is just one IP address. As soon as you start decreasing it, decrease the value from 32 now.
let's do 30.
Mhm.
Yeah, 4.
4, right? So the
Yes,
last two octals, I mean those two binary values you can change now. Like you have 10 as of now, it is representing, right? Now there
yes.
can be three more combinations like 11, 01, 00, right?
Yes. Yes, yes, we spoke this permutation combination. Yes, yes, I
Mm.
remember.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
so that should be your pattern. So your IP address /32 to ensure only one IP address is being able to access the VM. Okay. Now let's enter that and complete the firewall creation.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah, it will take it now. Enlarge your screen.
And create.
Wait, have you added any further details what firewall rule is going to do? You have just provided a source, a target, right? The direction, some priorities also you have set up. But what is it going to do? So you need to allow, deny what kind of things. So you need to allow a SSH connection, right?
Okay.
So you need to select TCP port 22, which is meant for the SSH connections, secure shell connection, right?
Yes.
So now you need to create it. So earlier you might not be able to access your VM, correct?
Yes, correct.
Can you
There
try it
was
now?
just
And
let me
also you can see there is, if you can just see, it should list out what VM you are able to access now. Can you refresh it? Do you see if, okay, open that firewall rule. Come down. Can you see that?
instance 1
Mm. This is
applicable to instances. Okay.
right. It lists down wherever this is going to be applicable. So which means now you have right set of firewall rule in place, which will let you access this VM. So now click on that instance 1, and then from there also we can go to SSH.
What to do with this window?
You can retry also. That's completely fine. I mean, same thing, no? Same window. You can give it a retry. And whenever you see this one screen comes where it identifies your user ID and all, right? That is about the IAP. I was talking about IAP also with the load balancing, cloud IAP, identity aware proxy, right? So it was checking whether this user is also part of this project or not. So that is like additional security you have.
IAP.
IAP, identity aware proxy.
Actually, to understand this, I'm going. I have to
Yeah, there is a
really-
lot of concept. That's where the only way that it is going to work for all of you is that you, whenever you are preparing yourself further for this Google Cloud fundamentals and further, please go through these recordings all the time whenever you need it. Because here I'm not going with a traditional way of uh, making you learn something, but I keep on adding my additional updates, like additional information which is important, which I should be emphasizing more based on my experience, right? So I keep on adding those details, bits and pieces. Okay. Okay. So ideally it should have not taken much of time. So maybe you can close and then start a new cell. Close this.
Let's close this.
Yeah. And refresh the page. You don't have SSH enabled yet. Why?
You not have an external IP and you don't have an IP terminal instance setup.
See, we just have enabled the SSH, right? So that should have allowed you. Raju, what it displays for you? Yeah, it is there now. Now it is enabled. I think it was taking a bit of time to refresh. So can you click on SSH?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it took some time. That's fine. It seems like Raju got dropped.
Yes.
Are you connected with any VPN by chance?
No.
Okay. Or if the network is slow, I'm not sure. But okay. Did you create these VMs in Asia South 1 region itself, like in Mumbai region?
Yes. Yes. Out.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So that could also be a scenario. You can see that. So for you, it is taking little extra time because you are in a different region, right?
Yes.
So see, this matters. The network also, the routing what we have created, that is regional net routing we have created, not a global one. If I had a global, then it could have taken lesser time for you. Now, can you check if the VM is up and running? Still establishing. Raju, I hope you are back. So is it connected for you now?
Failed. Your user account has permissions. He has a file available as PCB. Let's start it from the IP range.
Okay, no problem. So for now, maybe I think there is some challenge with the IP address what you are using, right? Can you do one thing like go to this another tab and let's re-verify your IP address. I think there is some challenge. Yes. So search with what is my IP address. Open that. Yeah. It is the same value, right?
05366. Correct.
Same value.
Yes.
Okay. So ideally it should have worked. Maybe you can edit it to open to all. So can you update your firewall rule one time and then let's see.
Firewall rules are in the
VPC network.
network, not about the firewall. What I have to
Yes.
edit. You saying make it 0, right? Instead of 32.
Yes. Make it 000 like that. No, not only that 0, but make it 0.0.0 /0, like open to all. /0 and come down. Let me verify if everything else looks good. TCP okay. Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Also click on this other and yeah, enter ICMP. Okay, save it. Okay, now go to your VM page and then try to access it. Yeah, click on SSH directly. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there probably there is something wrong with the IP address, okay, for which it was not able to take. So now you can run any of the commands like ls or sudo apt-get or something. Sudo apt-get update you can try.
What is the command? Sudo.
Just run ls command. ls. Yes.
Enter.
Okay, there is nothing in that folder. Maybe pwd for the folder you are in currently. So these are basic Linux command actually. Okay. So maybe you can create a file. You can use touch and then give the file name touch space daemon.txt or yeah, anything. Or .txt. Yeah. Okay. So now do ls again.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So that's how this works actually. I mean, now you have access to the VM. So that's how the firewall rule creation, network creation, custom network creation, the subnetwork where you are creating. So all of these works together. Okay. So this is about this lab. Now you can go ahead and explore it even further to know more about either of these components. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be all for this lab. Yes, Raju.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can go ahead share.
Okay.
And once as we are done with this lab, you need to ensure that you delete this VM, you delete the network and also the firewall rule that you have created. Okay.
Let's do it now. Or
Yeah, you can go ahead and do it now, and
I'll
then
close this.
I can take the Rajiv's screen. Yeah. Okay. So you can select it. You can delete it. Yeah. Go to network and you can start deleting that as well. Right.
This one.
Yeah. Open it and delete it. Ideally, as soon as you delete the network, the firewall rule should also be gone. Yeah, you have to wait for, yeah, you can close all of this and you need to wait for the computing instance to be deleted before you can delete the actual network because that is tagged with this network, right?
Okay. Okay.
So this also ensures the integrity of any of the sort of application you use on the cloud platform. Like as it says that it is already tagged with something else, you cannot simply delete it. Yeah, now you try it.
It should be the
Can you check if the firewall rule is also getting deleted? No, just wait. Ideally, it should get deleted with the help of with the network. But okay, refresh the page once. Gone, right?
It is gone now.
Yeah, because it is part of the network. Right? If there is no network, why would it have the firewall rule in place? Okay, so you are good now, Vishal. Okay.
Okay. You can stop sharing, Vishal. Then I will share.
Okay.
Okay. This is the project. Okay. So this was my IP 49.37.171.219. But when I was applying that one, it is not taking.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Don't know. Create a firewall rule. Allow SSH. This one logs off. Custom VPC I have given by default. Ingress is there. Allow specified service account, but service account is not detecting here. Why? Don't know.
It is detecting where it is not saying.
No, number is not there. Na? Earlier number was showing.
Which number?
Service account number which I have created.
Take down. No, not there.
Okay.
That is high level classical. So that's where I'm saying, Raju. So go a little slow, explore thing, understand the step, very kind of very focused way. So now if you see in that step itself, okay, scroll up. Now you read it again. What it says. Target, that is service account, right?
Yes.
Next what it says.
Target service account.
Targets is what you have selected as specified service account. Next is says service account scope. That is like, is it part of this same project or a different project, right?
Yes.
As
Same
it is
project.
part of the same project. Now again there is a drop down where you will see the service account, right?
Yes, it was showing. Now I can give my laptop ID, correct? Or
Right.
laptop IP range. So this is my
Yes.
IP.
Yeah. So this is your IP, but it did not work for Visa. Let's see if that works for you. Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead and enter that. /32. I think it was different.
Yes.
As soon as you leave, it will be, yeah,
Yes.
it will be taking it like that. So double click on it. Yeah, right.
/0.
/32.
Okay. That is fine.
Right.
Okay, taken.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what else? Now next you need to select the specified port.
Specified allow
So this is going to be
TCP allow
yeah,
22.
32, right?
Yes, 22.
Yeah, that is how it should be accessible. Last time Vishal, for Vishal it did not work. Let's
Okay.
see if this works for you.
Okay. Allow SSH.
Yeah, give it a try. Open the this firewall rule. Open the firewall rule. Okay, you got this instance. Open that instance. Okay, wait for SSH to be enabled. Go to the top. Refresh it. Ideally, it should have got enabled, but it may take a bit of time.
This is showing.
Yeah, it should get enabled in a bit of time.
Okay.
Or this instance is running, right? Can you stop and restart this instance? go back. I mean, click on that arrow key. Yes. And restart. Okay, you can see the SSH is now enabled. Yeah, try to connect if this works. Otherwise, try with restarting and then hope that works. Otherwise, okay. So here, by now it should have got connected actually. So I believe there is something as a bug when you try to establish the connection with having the target filter as the service account, right? So there can be some challenges. So better is that you also update your firewall rule with open to all kind of IP address, like allowing all of the IP addresses.
Okay, so one new firewall rule to be added in that list.
No, not a new one, but update the same what you have added.
Okay.
So go back and then update that firewall rule. Up. Yes, UPC network. Come down. Open this firewall rule. Come down.
Can I put 00?
Yeah. 0.0.0.0/0. Yes. Save it. Okay. Retry now.
Connected.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that would be all for this lab, and I hope you have understood how the network is created, how you work through all of this firewall rule creation, okay, and how to create the subnets, how they are populated. Correct? Yeah.
You can close this one.
Yes, you can close this one, and now you can go ahead and delete all of it. Okay. Is there any other question, anything that anyone wants to ask?
Okay, so everything, whatever we have done the manually here in the GUI, we need to do it from the cloud Terraform, correct?
Yes, you can do it from the Terraform as well.
Okay.
You can do it from the Terraform. You can do it through the command line also. Okay, everything is can be worked on. Okay.
So pre-template we need to create by ourselves, or we need to take it from the GUI and we can try or modify as per the requirement.
Okay, so for that, as we are doing a custom one, you can create your own based on your knowledge of the Terraform. Otherwise, you can actually create it from the available repos on Terraform itself, Terraform GitHub repo, or Google's repo will be there on the Terraform. So from there, you can capture the modules, modify it as per your requirement, and then utilize it.
Okay, so we need to visit the other places to get the Terraform templates, to get the details.
Yes.
Okay. Instance has been deleted. Again, go to network. VPC networks.